In the remote village of Eldritch Hollow, fog was as common as sleep. It crept in every night, a thick blanket that shrouded the cobblestone streets and crooked houses, transforming the familiar into a realm of nightmares. It was said that the fog carried with it an ancient curse, a shadow that prowled within, hunting for lost souls. The villagers were used to its presence, but they did not dare walk the streets after dark. They had all heard the tales of those who wandered and never returned. The uneasy peace of the village was shattered when young Evelyn went missing. A child of just 9, she had been known to wander off, driven by a relentless curiosity. Her mother, frantic with worry, scoured the village, pleading with her neighbors for help, but fear kept them locked behind their doors. It was then that Thomas, the village outsider and Evelyn's uncle, returned from his travels. A stern man with a mysterious past, Thomas had always been viewed with suspicion. Yet, he loved his niece dearly. When he heard of her disappearance, he vowed to find her, even if it meant facing the terror that lay within the fog. Armed with a lantern and a rosary, Thomas ventured into the night. With each step, the walls of the houses seemed to lean closer, the air growing colder. Whispers swirled around him, sighs of the damned that tickled his ears and chilled his bones. He pressed on, calling Evelyn's name into the void. Hours passed, and Thomas's hope waned, but he finally heard a soft sobbing. Following the sound, he found Evelyn huddled beneath an ancient oak, her eyes wide with terror. As he reached for her, a shadow detached itself from the fog, rising like a wraith. It had no form, but its presence was palpable, a suffocating darkness that threatened to swallow him whole. Thomas stood his ground, clutching the rosary, its wooden beads digging into his palm. He whispered a prayer, his voice steady despite the terror clawing at his heart. The shadow hesitated, then recoiled, dissolving into the mist with an ear-splitting wail. Thomas wasted no time, scooping Evelyn into his arms and sprinting back to the safety of the village. The fog seemed to part for them, as if acknowledging their victory. The villagers, hearing their approach, emerged cautiously, their faces a mix of relief and awe. Evelyn was safe, but the shadow in the fog remained, a constant reminder of the curse that hovered over Eldritch Hollow. From that night on, the villagers held their loved ones a little closer, their prayers a little louder, and no one ever dared to wander the streets after dark, lest the shadow return to claim another lost soul.